is Heather, and I am going to do my first attempt to do, and Danny, sorry, hi!
Hi.
I'm going to give my first attempt at doing a tag video. I've never done one of these, and I just happened to find it yesterday, and I was watching the Real Life Millers, and she sat down and did this, and she found the original tag from, let's see, it's Christina Subfertile Frugalista. So I watched both of their videos. It was really fun, and I am also part of a mom's group, not MOPS, but it's similar to MOPS, and I've actually done MOPS before. And that's where Christina got these questions, so I thought I would give it a try and hopefully let you guys get to know me a little bit better, and hopefully the lighting is okay. We have a really dark house, and it's trying to sit in front of the window, but it's really dark outside, so hopefully you can see me okay. But so I will just get started. There's 30 questions, and yeah, so let's just dive in. So question number 1 is, what is the last movie you saw and made you cry? So right off the bat, I guess I'm just going to dive in real deep and get real raw with everyone. This is going to sound really weird, but I think the last movie I cried at was Bad Moms. And I know that's going to sound really weird, but it's at the very end of the movie. They have the actors, actresses, and their moms, real moms in real life, sitting with them, and they're interviewing them. And that just made me start to cry, because in real life, I do not have the best relationship with my mom. And it just made me cry because I want what those mothers and daughters have. So that's just being really real with you guys. And yeah, so figure I might as well just open it up and let everybody know the truth. So, hey, okay, they gotta see my face, okay? Okay, so question number 2. What is your favorite thing to do when you have a couple hours to yourself? And honestly, probably my favorite thing to do, or just what I tend to do, is I would just sit down and watch TV. Just relax, do nothing. Yeah, it doesn't cost any money, and I don't have to leave the house, and I can just be comfortable and just do my own thing. So that's kind of usually what I do. What is your favorite breakfast food? Question number 3. Probably, I really like a lot of breakfast foods, but if we're able to go out to breakfast, we go to a local restaurant called Elmer's, and I always get the Dutch Baby there. If you have not had one, they are amazing. The one with apples and cinnamon is really good, but typically it comes with butter and lemon, and I believe syrup, but they're really good. It's this huge, like, pancake. It's not a pancake, and it's not a crepe. It's like kind of in between. I don't know. Really good, though. Okay, question number 4. What are the top 3 repairs you'd like to see done on your home repairs, sorry, if money was no object? And definitely adding another bathroom, because we only have one bathroom. Extending the home. So we have dreams of actually taking our home out back this way through the bedrooms, and doing like a 2-story thing, so we'd actually have a playroom, so the kids wouldn't be right in front of us all the time with their toys, and having 2 bedrooms upstairs, maybe a bathroom type of a thing. Just something to give a little bit more. I know everyone loves open concept homes these days, but my husband and I actually would like some more rooms, so we can have a little bit more privacy, so people can kind of get away, so we're not right on top of each other all the time. So, but who knows if we'll ever, we actually have thought about it, doing that, but we don't know where we would get the money to do that right now. And the third thing that I would want to do is probably redo the kitchen. Right now we have a very old kitchen where we don't have a built-in dishwasher, and the way the cabinets are, we can't really put a dishwasher in without completely removing the cabinets, because there's this weird fold down drawer thing, which I actually love. But so we have a dishwasher that you wheel and you have to hook up to the sink every time, which I also love. It's the best dishwasher I've ever had. I think it was made the same year that I was born, in 1981, but it looks like older than that. But it's the best dishwasher ever. It doesn't have any heating elements in it, so you can put anything anywhere, nothing melts, and it washes the dishes really good, but it's just wheeling it back and forth every time is a little frustrating, and having it in front of the sink, having to hook up, use the sink, all that stuff. So probably redoing the kitchen would be one of my top things. Okay, sorry. Question number 5. What is your favorite baby name you've never used? And one of the names I've always loved and really wanted to use was Emmeline. And I heard it on Army Wives. It was Joy. I forget the lady's name. She was one of the main characters, and it was her daughter's name, Emmeline, and I just fell in love with that name. I thought it was beautiful, but we don't plan on having any more kids, so it probably will never get used. Question number 6. What is your favorite store to shop in? And probably one of my favorites to go to is Marshall's. I just love everything in that store. Clothes, shoes, home stuff, toys, everything. They're just great. I love the prices. It's just really fun to see what you can find there. I get a lot of my home stuff, like kitchen stuff and things like that from there. So, question number 7. What did you do before you became a mom? And so I became a mom at 19, so I was only out of school for a year, and right before I became a mom and during being pregnant, I worked at Office Depot, and I first started as a cashier there, and then I worked in the copy and print center, so that's pretty much what I did, and I worked there until Brendan was 4, so I worked there almost a year before he was born. So that's what I did.
Oh, Mama, let's go.
That was right after I graduated high school.
Let's go to the doctor.
Okay, hold on one sec. And let's see here. Number 8, what is your favorite hobby? Probably graphic design and editing the YouTube videos. I love anything on the computer where I can be creative and use different fonts and graphics and stuff like that. And I've really thought about doing something with graphic design, like maybe opening an Etsy shop and designing, but it's just hard to find the time to really dedicate to designing things. So, but that's what YouTube is, just a fun way to express that a little bit more. So those are kind of my fun hobbies. I used to do a lot of crafting, like scrapbooking and card making, and I have a ton of supplies still left from that, which I probably should use up, but I don't know, I just kind of haven't really had the desire to sit down and actually physically create something. I just like really doing it on the computer. Let's see here. So number 9, if you could spend a day doing whatever you wanted, what would you do? And it probably would be a spa day. I've never done anything like that before. It's been years since I've even gotten to go get a pedicure. Which that's going to be coming up soon. That is my Mother's Day thing, is I want to just be able to go for a couple of hours and get a pedicure. And that's not too much to ask. It's not a lot of money. But yeah, a spa day, probably just a full, like you're at one of the retreats and you get the massage and the mud bath and the facial and just everything, full work. So that would be my dream. And let's see here. Number 10, how did you meet your husband? We have a very funny story, and we don't usually like to share it very often, but I guess we shouldn't be ashamed of it. But we met through my ex. They worked together, and my ex and I were still living together, oddly enough, and it was completely platonic at that point, but I could not afford to move out. We were very young, and our relationship went down. I won't go into the details about that, but we were still living together, and they started hanging out as friends, and he came over to visit one night, and I opened the door, and it was just like boom, sparks. It was crazy. So I know it sounds really weird because I was still living with my ex, but at that point, I mean, it had been months since we were anything. I just could not afford to move out on my own. It was mutual understanding on everyone's part, so there wasn't any hurt feelings or anything like that. It was just really weird circumstances, but hey, when it happens, it happens, and the sparks flew, and we've been together for 13 years now, something like that. So yeah, kind of weird, but it was fate. God had a plan when he had us meet, so yeah. I'll stand by that, even though it's really weird and kind of sounds shady. But, question number 11, what was your favorite family vacation recently or when you were a kid? So really, my whole life, I've never really been on vacations. It's been kind of a thing where you go somewhere for a day type of a deal. So we don't go on vacations now. We don't have the money for long vacations or getaways like that. So pretty much the best thing that we do is we go to the coast for a day. So we live like 2 hours or so away from the West Coast, Oregon coast. Baby, my neck's going numb. And, oh, your bottom. Okay, sorry. One of the best days recently was we went up to, I think it's called Longview, Washington. Yeah. and there's a lighthouse up there that we went. Okay, you need to go, baby. Say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Go play. His bottom's hurting him. He jumped on it last night and sat down really hard, and I'm hoping he didn't break it or chip something, but he's having a really hard time sitting. So, yeah, so we just went up there for the day. My oldest son was with us, and we just had a wonderful time. We saw the lighthouse. It was just, everything that day just went perfectly. So it was a really, really good day. And then, let's see here. Number 12. Name 3 things you do well. This was kind of hard. I really had to kind of look over these and think about them because I'm not really good at answering things on the spot. I will take forever to really think about my answer. But research is one of the things I really do well. I love to get information. I love to learn new things, and I love just always doing research. Even when my husband and I are sitting and watching a movie, we're like, who is that person? We've seen them in something before, and we'll just Google them right then and there to see who they are, and we're kind of weird like that. But yeah, any kind of research I love. When I do something, I fully commit to it. It's one other thing I do well. When I'm in, I'm in. And yeah, it's full bore, and it's usually everything, my mind is on that all the time. And then, let's see here. Oh yeah, when I have the time and I have the budget, making design or a vision for something come to life, I think I'm good at that. It's usually money that gets in the way of me not being able to completely foresee the finished product of what I want. Hey buddy, can you go take that over there? It's very loud. Okay. Okay, so number 13. Name 3 toiletries or makeup items that you cannot live without. BB cream, dry shampoo, and mascara. Those are my 3 go-tos. Have to have those in my life all the time. Let's see here. Number 14. Name your favorite thing about each of your children. So Brendan, my oldest, he's 16. He actually has a YouTube channel, and I will link it below. But he is just creative. He creates these videos. His mind, you can just see his mind's always going, and he's just creative. I just love it. And he has a vision. That's the other thing I love about him, is he has a plan and a vision for his life. He doesn't exactly know the direction it's going to take, but he has an idea of what he wants, and he wants to use his creativity in his life for his future, and I just think that's really neat about him. And then Hannah is very passionate. That's probably her biggest character trait, is her passion for whatever she's doing. When she's doing it all the way. And then Danny is just funny. He's my super funny little guy. He's always making us laugh, and I'm hoping he's a little comedian as he gets older. What?
Someone's wrong with this.
Uh-oh. Okay, number 15. What was your first job? Courtesy clerk at Albertsons. I did that. I got that job, I think, the first week after I turned 16, and I worked that whole summer, and I was in the best shape of my life. It was great. Let's see here. What are your hidden talents? I don't really know if I have any hidden talents. I mean, I can curl my tongue. Like, that's just silly. I don't really know. I don't know if I have any hidden talents. That's a tough one. I wasn't able to really think of an answer for that. So if I ever come up with something later, I'll let you guys know. But number 17, how long did you date your husband before you got engaged? We dated a year and 1 month, I believe. We got together in July, and then we were engaged by that next August. So what are your top 3 favorite TV shows? There are so many. There are just so many, because I love TV. I really do. I always have, and I know it's horrible, but I just love watching TV. So my 3 top favorites are Call the Midwife. That's really one of my apps. I love anything British, but Call the Midwife is one of the top ones. It pretty much makes me cry every single time I watch that show, and the story is just wonderful. We love Better Call Saul. Love a lot of things with dark humor. So that's a really good one. And our guilty pleasure that I know we shouldn't be watching, But Game of Thrones, when we first started watching that show, it was really difficult to get through the first couple of seasons because of all of the graphicness, and there was a lot of uncomfortable moments because it just goes there with that show. But we made it through that, and now there's barely anything in the show, but it is just it is such a good story, and I know why everyone suggests it now. So but yeah, it was a little rough at first, to especially like the first episode or two. I mean, they just go right in there, and it is intense, but it was really good. The story is just amazing. Anyways, and there's just so many. I mean, Breaking Bad was amazing. Mad Men was amazing. Most AMC shows, The Walking Dead, we're kind of not so much into it now as we were at first, but yeah, I mean, there's just so many. I could go on and on and on, but let's see here. What is the bravest thing you've ever done? Probably having children, I believe, is probably the bravest thing I've ever done. It's tough. Number 20. Where were you 3 hours ago? Here. What time is it? I don't even know what time it is. I probably should pay attention to the time because I have to get him to a doctor's appointment. But I was just here. My daughter was able to be picked up by my mother-in-law because she volunteers in her class on Mondays. So I was just hanging out here having some coffee and watching YouTube. Let's see here. Number 21. What is one thing on your fall bucket list? Well, it's past fall. We're heading into Christmas. I guess it's still technically fall. But the main thing on my bucket list every fall is to go to the pumpkin patch. And we got to do that. Luckily, with his preschool class, they had a field trip there. So we were able to get in at a discount. And every little kid got a little pumpkin. And it was just a lot of fun. We got to go on a hayride. We got to do all the things included in the fee without having to pay extra. So that was really neat. But so that's always on my bucket list. And then do you meal plan, and what is one weekly staple? I do some weeks meal plan, and I try and make it different every week. But usually a staple go-to in our house is spaghetti. It's just easy. Everyone loves it. And just different kinds with spaghetti noodles, rotini, all different kinds of stuff. Usually just a pasta, a meat, and a sauce. And then number 23, when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? I didn't really think of that kind of stuff when I was a kid. I wasn't the kind of kid that planned my wedding. I didn't really think of things I wanted to be when I grew up. I don't know, I just don't have that kind of personality. But I guess as I was a teenager, I did have aspirations to be a pilot. I loved flying, but then I soon realized the kind of money it took to get your hours in, flying hours in, and realized that probably wasn't in the cards for me. So I gave up on that idea. So yeah, I'm not really, I don't know. I'm not really like that. I'm not really the kind of person that, it's not that I'm not a goal setter. I'm just not the kind of person, I don't know, I just don't think like that. I kind of live more in the moment, or kind of see where life kind of takes me type of a thing. So that's kind of how my life's been. Let's see here. Number 24. Would you rather travel 50 years into the future or 50 years into the past? Definitely the past. I love anything old. I don't really like futuristic stuff very much. It kind of creeps me out. I don't know what it is, but 50 years in the past, let's see, what would that be? It's 2016, so 06, 96, 86, 70, 66. Yeah, that would be awesome. Let's see here. So what has been your best Halloween costume ever? I dressed up as this witch once. I painted my face, had the full costume. I thought I was looking pretty great that time. And that was for a Halloween party that we went to. And that's probably the best I've ever done. So I don't have a picture or anything. Let's see here. Are you, number 26, night owl or early bird? Night owl for sure. I stay up late every night. I have a hard time getting up in the morning. Even if I go to bed early, I have a hard time getting up in the morning. I think I just don't like getting up in the morning. It doesn't matter what time it is. So I definitely am a night owl. Number 27, if you are having guests over, what is your go-to dish to serve? And usually the most of the time that we have guests over, it's in the summer, so we're usually barbecuing, so it's usually hamburgers as our go-to dish. So, and my husband's a really good barbecuer. His burgers are always really good. So that's our go-to. And number 28, are you messy, neat, or somewhere in the middle? I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. The house is usually a mess, but it's not because I don't want it to be clean. It's just having a family and having a small home and lots of stuff. It's always messy, so I always feel better when it's really clean, but it's just literally I turn around and it's a mess. I just cannot keep up on it. So if I had it my way and it was just be myself, it would be a lot cleaner. But it's just overwhelming when it's just constant. It just won't stop. So number 29, what is one thing you desperately need to do but have been putting off? I guess I have this Ergo baby carrier, and I snapped off, or I broke one of the snaps in the back of my van when I was putting the door down, and I need to get it fixed. And I've emailed the company twice. They've replied, and I keep forgetting to get them the pictures they need to get me a class, because they will send me a class for free, I believe. And I just keep forgetting to do it. So maybe I'll do that today if I remember. I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things that I need to do it because I want to resell it, but I just, for some reason, am not doing it. So, yeah. And then number 30, name 5 YouTube moms you think everyone should be watching. So, my favorites are Being Mommy with Style, Candid Mommy, She's in Her Apron, hilarious, House of Meese, and then Molly, Mama of 3 Boys. Oh, and I have a 6th one, Mommy Etc. I love all of those ladies. They are amazing. They vlog. They do all just kinds of really great stuff. They're funny and just really entertaining. So those are the ones I keep up with the most. And they all have actually inspired me to start this YouTube channel. Because I love hearing what they have to say. And I figured, why wouldn't I just start sharing my life and having memories to look back on of the kids and just our life and stuff like that. So yeah, so I love all those ladies. I will link them down below. The original tag said to tag them, but I'm not going to tag them. I'm just going to suggest that you guys go check them out if you don't already. So I know they're all very popular, so maybe you guys are already watching them. But yeah, so that is it, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm sorry if this ran way too long, but it was really fun sitting down to do it, and hopefully it helps you get to know me a little bit better, and you're not totally weirded out by some of my answers. And yeah, so I want to find some more of these tag videos and do them in the future. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.